kingdom, and that is in the city of brotherly love. LeBron James, as by now you certainly know, has officially signed his 2-year, $8 million contract with the Sixers with a player option, plus a full 15% trade kicker. LeBron rounds out a stacked starting five, one that includes Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and of course, the newly acquired Jaylen Brown. So I always say, whenever anyone asks me my opinion on something, I start by saying, I'm in the interesting business. I just want interesting things to happen in sports. Of all the places that LeBron could have chosen, there is no doubt in my mind, this was the most interesting. Windy, what does everybody need to know?
Well, this whole thing is outrageous, and I don't say that critically. I say that just from a fascinating situation. So first off, let's just acknowledge, this is a one-off moment in the history of the league. We've never seen a player ever say the following things: I don't care about money, I don't care about my family. He doesn't even really that much apparently care about the city, because he doesn't seem like he's going to live in Philadelphia full time. Seems like he's going to live at least part time in New York. So this is I don't even know how to frame it, because it's really truly unbelievable. Also, as you talk around the league and take a look at this, it sort of feels like a room with a bunch of gorgeous couches in it. All of these players are very, very talented, but the fit isn't quite right. And you also have LeBron being recruited by some of the players, Joel Embiid, multiple conversations, Tyrese Maxey, multiple conversations, Nick Nurse, the coach, represented by Clutch Sports, multiple conversations. And then this incredible outlier of Jaylen Brown coming in as well, who only spoke with Rich Paul, his agent, before this. So this whole thing is one giant, incredible set of circumstances. And if it works, it's going to be an amazing story. And if it doesn't work, it will be interesting, Grady.
I'm interested in the Jaylen Brown piece of this. I think there was a perspective that when he was in Boston, some of his unhappiness, and he seemed to express pieces of it, we would think, on Twitch and other places, was that he wanted his own team. Well, this certainly isn't now his own team. It was already Embiid and Maxey's team, and now LeBron James is in town. What, if anything, do we know about how he feels about this?
Well, he has not come out and made a definitive statement. All of the various platforms at his disposal, he has not really done that. And look, Tyrese Maxey is going to be the point guard. That is clear. His role will be different. Joel Embiid is going to be the center. His role may be slightly different. Those positions are in stone. Jaylen Brown is somebody who will have to change and figure out where he fits in this team. It'll be very different from anything he's done before. And unlike Embiid and Maxey, Jaylen Brown didn't choose this situation. He didn't choose to be a Sixer. He didn't choose to be with LeBron. I'm not saying that he's against it or it won't work, but this is something that is going to be the tip. I haven't seen enough about how Brown's going to fit here, and he's the guy with 3 years and $170 million on his contract. LeBron has $4 million on his contract.
I'm looking at the bottom of our screen, and I just think it's perhaps coincidental, or it is coincidental, but it's just interesting. The last two words are decision and process. LeBron, famous for the decision. The Sixers, famous for the process. And now here they are together. Let's start with that. He's talking about does Jaylen Brown fit? Is there a role? How do you see, you put these players together, and Nick Nurse is an excellent coach. Does it work?
I mean, first off, I don't need Jaylen Brown to fit in. I need Jaylen Brown to fit out. I need Jaylen Brown to be Jaylen Brown. We'll fit in the pieces around Jaylen Brown. I think that's the part that is underrated most about LeBron James. LeBron James is a key individual who unlocks everything on this team. So yes, there will still be some things there defensively with Joel Embiid on the court down the end of the stretch of a game. Like that's always going to be something you have to buy around. But I think other teams' personnel has changed, right? There's Andre Drummond now with the Knicks instead of being Mitchell Robinson. So, you know, this team right now feels like they all have something to play for. And that's a scary thing. And I think the first thing you have to do with a team like this is Joel Embiid, LeBron James, and Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, they need to get away. They need to go away for 4 or 5 days, spend time together, and literally come out of that meeting with goals and standards for what they want the culture of this team to be. And those people need to hold each other accountable. Because at the end of the season, health, chemistry, all these things factor into a team winning. But there has to be some type of, they have to be pulling in the same direction. And that's the biggest thing to see if this team can come together in a short period of time to all pull in the same direction.
Now, I remind everyone that Monica McNutt does the New York Knicks games on the radio. As I ask Cindy, put up A20, please. I want to read you, Monica, what Magic Johnson tweeted last night, or at some point in response to this. He tweeted, as we sit today, the Knicks are still my favorite to come out of the East until proven otherwise. All NBA fans can only dream of a 76ers versus Knicks Eastern Conference Finals. That will be must-see TV. And he's got the popcorn emoji to go along with it. Monica, how do you think the Knicks are reacting to LeBron James choosing the Sixers?
Oh, wow, but you still got to come through us. Like, I agree with Magic Johnson until proven otherwise. And the other thing about it too, Greeny, is personal philosophy for me. It is rare that year one of supreme talent equals championship. Now, do I think that the Sixers squad is an absolute contender and it will happen probably over the next 2 years, and perhaps year one could be an outlier in this case? Yeah, I do buy them as legitimate contenders, but there are things to be figured out with the Sixers, as there are things to be figured out with any team with a great roster of talent. I'm not worried about this one as far as Philadelphia is concerned. I think when you look at LeBron James playing alongside Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves already sharing the role and not being the guy, like, I think, I'm not going to say Jaylen Brown's necessarily an upgrade over Luka Doncic, but in many ways you're getting a two-way guy. Like, at this point in his career, LeBron James' ability to fit into a roster, to wear various hats, as we know he is so talented to do, I'm not worried about the fit with these Sixers. They're going to figure it out.
It's worth pointing out, and Jay, to the point you made, I mean, LeBron chose this. He had multiple options. The world thought he was going to Miami or Cleveland. He chose this knowing the players that are on the roster. Let me show you, Cindy, 821. DraftKings has the Sixers as the second favorite in the East behind only the Knicks. They're plus 900 to win the championship, tied with the Knicks for the third shortest odds. The two big boys in the West, the Spurs and Thunder, would be the teams on top of them. How good are they and how fast, Jay Will? How quickly can this team be a championship contender?
I mean, I don't really care where you start the race, Greeny. I care where you are when we get to the 75% mark of the season. And I think that's when you want to see Philadelphia turn it up. I would agree with Monica that, you know, today on July 27th, I would say that the New York Knicks are probably the favorite. But guys, like we talk about health. Like we talk about the aspects of health and how incredibly lucky you have to be healthy at the right time to win a championship. The ball also needs to bounce your way. The fact that we've had 8 different winners the past 8 different seasons speaks out about that. Each year is a new momentum, and I don't believe in this whole thing about reigning champs or defending champs. Each year is a pursuit of another championship. And today, if you're LeBron James, if you're Jaylen Brown, if you're Joel Embiid, if you're Tyrese Maxey, if you're BJ Edgecombe, you're saying